Hello Panda Warriors! So about a week ago the trailer for Frozen 2 came out, and since I figure we're all pretty much Disney freaks here, this would be a great place to talk about it, kind of theorize on it if you will. And if you're not a Disney fan, then like, what are you even doing here? I'm joking, please don't leave. We accept both Disney loving and non-Disney loving people here. So if you have yet to see the trailer for Frozen 2, I will leave it in the description below. Go check that out probably before watching this video, just so you kind of have a basis understanding. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so we're not going to go through the whole entire thing frame by frame just because that would take forever, and there's other people who are already doing videos on that. I just want to point out some of the things that I noticed, some things that are people theorizing on, and just give my opinion on them, I guess. So the first thing I noticed when I started watching this trailer is that, oh my gosh, it is absolutely beautiful. Right off the bat, we are hit with this beautiful wave of animation. Quite literally, this opening scene's got a wave in it, and it's beautiful. So yeah, right off the bat, the animation looks absolutely beautiful. It looks great. I am so pleased with how it looks. I know a lot of problems with like Disney sequels is that the animation is maybe not as up to par as it was in the original film, and I feel like that's going to be the case for Frozen 2, so I am super happy about that. I follow this whole entire sea theme. The opening reminds me a bit of like the storm that was taking place at the very beginning of Frozen 1, where Elsa and Anna's parents ended up being killed in the boat crash. So part of me wonders if their parents' death is going to be touched on a little bit more in Frozen 2. I don't know, I could be completely wrong. It could just be a storm for the sake of it being a storm, but it just kind of was reminiscent back to the beginning of Frozen 1. And speaking of the sea, the shot of Elsa climbing the rock just reminded me a lot of Little Mermaid for some reason. It just felt like Ariel kind of like climbing onto the rock during that one scene, you know, part of your world. I don't know, and maybe it was just like an Easter egg thing, maybe it's just like me, but I don't know, it just reminds me of Little Mermaid a little bit. So next up I want to mention that it appears we have at least 2 new characters in this movie. They're seen in this scene right here. I believe they could quite possibly be Anna and Kristoff's children, but I'm not entirely sure yet. If you ask me, this girl definitely has kind of Anna's look going on here, but it could be the animation style. But at the same time, she just got Anna's look kind of, and this guy looks a lot like Kristoff, so children, maybe, I don't know. My other theory is if they're not Anna and Kristoff's children, they could quite possibly be new like elemental characters. So we got some fire, we got some air, we got some ice, you know, got a whole entire Avatar Last Airbender thing going on here. Okay, so next up in this shot right here, we get to see kind of like the main cast of characters, and it could be just me, but they look a little bit older, like some years has passed in between the first movie and the second movie. Now this could be just me, but if years have passed, it would kind of support the whole entire children thing with Anna and Kristoff. Another possibility is that this movie has a little bit more of a serious tone, and so maybe they've been on a long journey, and so maybe that's just coming off in Anna's face a little bit more than the other characters. I could be totally off about this. This is just my thoughts when I saw the trailer, is that Anna looked a little bit older, which could show a passage of time of some sorts. Next up is a little bit more of a smaller detail, I guess, and that is that Olaf does not appear to be melting in any of these scenes. So if you guys remember at the very end of Frozen 1, we had the whole entire thing where like winter was over and stuff like that, and Olaf started melting, so Elsa gave him his own personal flurry. Olaf's personal flurry does not make an appearance at all throughout this entire trailer. I feel like it's quite obvious from all these shots that they're not in a winter setting anymore. If anything, it's more of a fall, which I guess fall has got some like, you know, cooler tendencies and stuff like that, so technically maybe he could be surviving if it's like really cold fall, like, you know, towards November parts of fall, but at the same time, it's just something that I noticed that was kind of missing. Maybe it's going to be something that they explain later on. Elsa casted some sort of spell on him that made it so like he didn't need the whole entire flurry thing. Or maybe it's just kind of something they decided to, I don't know, keep it in the first movie, but they're just kind of like neglecting, I guess, in the second movie. I don't know. It's not really that big of a deal, but it was just something I had noticed. So the final thing I wanted to point out was at the very end, at the last scene, we see a shot of our main characters walking through a kind of forest area, and Anna turns around, sees us, I guess, or the camera, or something behind her, grabs Kristoff's swords, and smacks us with it, or something like that. And for this scene, I know a lot of people are like speculating that like Anna was going to end up, you know, getting some sort of power, elemental power as well, like Elsa's got the ice. Anna was going to end up with like fire or like air or something like that. I feel like this end shot just kind of just proves that Anna is going to be having any like elemental powers just because she went for Kristoff's sword instead of using, say, a fire magic or perhaps even air magic. So I think that kind of disproves the theory that Elsa and Anna are going to be the fire and ice sisters. So that is everything I kind of noticed and wanted to point out from the Frozen 2 trailer. Like I said, I am super excited for this. I absolutely adored the first Frozen, and I am super excited. I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that the sequel is just as good as the original Frozen, just because, I know Disney doesn't have the best track records on it, but I am still remaining hopeful that this is going to be amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. In the comment section down below, please, if you guys noticed anything else that maybe I missed out on, or if you have any comments on what I might have said in this video, please let me know. I would love to talk Disney theories with you guys about Frozen or any other Disney movie. And finally, hit subscribe to be informed when I upload new videos. Other than that, I will see all of you colorful people in the next video. Alright, bye!